We reserve a few minutes Sunday morning to suggest news or trends that seem to be predicted by our literal futurist reading of the Bible. We're careful to use recognized, reliable sources for our news. There's just too much sensationalism surrounding the unfulfilled Bible prophecies, and we don't want to add to that, which would take away from the ultimate message. I mean, a lot of people that, even Christians who don't want to look into prophecy, say, oh, those people are crazy. They're out there with conspiracy theories and things like that. And so we want to use solid news sources. We're not saying the things we report are the definite fulfillment of prophecy, only that they're things you'd expect from reading the Bible. Bible futurists have long understood that in the last days and going into the Great Tribulation, there would be a global system of personal identification. It involves what the Apostle John describes as a mark on the hand or the forehead. It sounds a lot like biometrics, which is defined as physical or behavioral human characteristics that can be used to digitally identify a person to grant access to systems, services, or data. The ones we're most familiar with are thumbprints, palm prints, retinal scans, facial recognition, those kinds of things. 3.5 years into the tribulation, halfway into it, the man the Revelation calls the beast, who we normally call the Antichrist, is going to demand everyone swear allegiance to him. Since everyone is identified and linked to this system, refusal will mean being cut off from participating in society. A person won't be able to buy or sell anything. We therefore expect a global push towards greater and greater biometric commerce, and it's everywhere. And that's why this morning I'm just going to read from several articles just to show how commonplace this is. And so France has a health card called Carte Vitale. It allows those registered in the country's health system to get reimbursement for medical costs. New legislation is going to put biometrics in the card. It'll have a chip that contains physical characteristics and whatever else they want to put on it. School board officials in Marion County, West Virginia, have approved piloting a facial recognition security system. The live facial recognition technology is supposed to help with threat detection and visitor management in schools. Now, I think that's a good thing, right, to keep our schools safe. But just a few years ago, this kind of stuff was thought to be creepy, that there would be cameras everywhere. You'd always be on camera. They'd know who you were. There are privacy concerns. And so it's becoming more and more commonplace that we have no privacy or freedom in this area. Microsoft announced a 5-year partnership with the National Australia Bank, NAB, to develop and invest in NAB and Bank of New Zealand's multi-cloud technology. The two organizations are looking into ways of identifying customers using facial recognition. The UK is working on facial recognition technology for border screening under a broader effort dubbed Permission to Travel. The idea is to have contactless border screening. Once the technology is implemented, people traveling to the UK will be required to upload a selfie on the Home Office's website. On arrival at a border checkpoint, their face will be scanned for identity verification. The technology eliminates the need to interact with a border officer. Reminds me of every movie where they do the scan, you know. The secret agent is sitting there and you're wondering if, did the hacker get in time to change the identity of the individual? That's the world we live in now. It's no longer far-fetched to envision a global digital system by which everyone in the world transacts all of their business. It's only a matter of when it would be implemented. Just about every country in the world is working towards more biometric identification. It's going to affect everything. If governments are successful in their efforts to eliminate cash, its citizens will be subject to their complete control. What you eat, where you live, where you can go or cannot go, all of that will be controlled by the government. One reporter envisioned the following scenario. He said, it's 2027, the health ministry locks your phone because you criticize a state policy in a private call. Your thermostat gets locked at 78 degrees. An email arrives indicating travel permission is denied to visit your dying mother. And we think, well, that kind of stuff's never going to happen. It is happening in some places right now. I'll tell you where it's happening. China. Can we say China? But look, It's not, we're not here to get crazy about prophecy things and say, oh, we're scared and what do we do and all that. We're here to say that what the Bible said was going to happen is happening in a way that's unprecedented. And it's at a time when a lot of Christians are turning away from Bible prophecy, thinking, oh, we don't need to study that, or nobody knows what's going to happen. Yeah, actually, yes, we do. And it's coming true. And non-believers are recognizing it. It's a great time to know some of these things and to it's an easy bridge into the Bible, into a Bible discussion. When people at the office say, hey, did you see that new Amazon thing where you just wave your hand and they know who you are and it pays for everything? Well, yeah, I saw that in Revelation 13, 2,000 years ago. Anyway, however you want to do it. But and so prophecy, very important. Know the times that we're in. And so we believe, obviously, that we don't know how much of this stuff we're going to see. We're already seeing more of it than I care to, but we don't know how much. We do know that the church will not be in or go through the Great Tribulation, and that the return of Christ to resurrect the dead in Christ and to rapture living believers is imminent. It could happen at any moment. In light of that, are you ready for the rapture? If not, get ready, stay ready, keep looking up. Ready or not, Jesus is coming.